nation, no matter the location. From OAKLA to LV, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, what is going on? Mitchell Renz here from the Raiders Report, and we're going to be breaking down today's biggest story going on, not just in the NFL, but also around the Las Vegas Raiders, and it's going to involve Russell Wilson. So I always laugh when I see stories like this because I'll always get messages like, hey man, when's the video coming? When's the video coming? Well, here you go. So the latest and the reason why we're talking about this is because there's a report out there that Russell Wilson's camp has approached the Seattle Seahawks and has started to ask about a trade. The reason why this is a little bit confusing for me is because trading him before June 1st, this year, 2021, it's actually going to cost Seattle $39 million. Now, a whole nother conversation is maybe next season because trading him next year makes a little bit more sense from Seattle's standpoint because it's only going to cost $13 million against their dead cap. Now, Wilson's relationship with Seattle, I think we'd all agree, it's been a little bit rocky, multiple reports about that. But for some of you, you're like, Mitch, this is the Raiders report. Why the hell are we talking about Russell Wilson when we know Derek Carr is probably going to be our quarterback? It's why I ended up wearing the jersey. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because according to The Athletic, 4 teams were mentioned in potential Deshaun Watson and potential Russell Wilson trade destinations. They were the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the New Orleans Saints, and the team that you and I care about, the Las Vegas Raiders. So here at the Raiders Report, we always ask the nation to be able to participate with us because talking sports by yourself, it's kind of boring. But when you can go down in the comments and defend your statement, that's what I want you guys to do. The show is about giving the nation a voice. And if asking a question about should the Raiders trade for Russell Wilson, if it makes you mad, if it keeps you up late at night, the thing I always say, it's not a me problem, it's a you problem. This is what family does. We talk, we break it down. So type T for trade, type P for pass. Should the Raiders go out and trade for Russell Wilson? If they do make a move, I'm going to be making a video about it, and I guarantee you it's going to be right when it happens. We're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know. But here also, we cover the latest news and rumors. And when there's reports out there linking certain big-name players to the Raiders, my job is to make a video about it. So maybe some of you are like, man, I don't want to talk about Russ. But my job is to not only talk about reports, but also give my opinion. And I'm going to tell you coming up here on today's show how likely it is. But, again, hit the big red button that says subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss a thing. So let's give you a little bit more background information here on the whole Russell Wilson drama story. So we're going to go back to Week 12, right? Because Russell Wilson apparently entered a meeting, and he was talking about, hey, I want to do certain things. The offensive line's not doing a great job. And basically he was told to get out of the meeting. He was upset. He was then left the meeting in anger. After that, that's when a lot of this, we'll say, unhappiness, if you will, with Wilson started with Seattle. So the Seahawks have continued to say that they don't really want to get traded, or that they don't want to trade Russ. Russ said that he wants to ultimately play with this team. However, if they don't start valuing his opinion, he is then going to look to go elsewhere. I mean, that's what the report is here. Now, Russell also goes on to be like, hey, I want to be remembered. I want to be looked at in the conversation as the greatest quarterbacks of all time. In the article that The Athletic wrote, they mentioned that he grew up idolizing Drew Brees, that he grew up idolizing Derek Jeter, and he also goes on to say, like, watch the Super Bowl. The Buccaneers did a great job defending Tom Brady. I'm Russell Wilson. I've been already sacked. I'm on pace to be sacked the most in NFL history. I need help. I need to be protected, especially since I'm getting a little bit older here. So here's the most important paragraph that I thought was worth mentioning in terms of the entire article that The Athletic wrote. I'm going to break it down for y'all real quick. Wilson and Carroll have won at least 9 games in each of the 9 seasons together. They have made the playoffs every season but one. Won a Super Bowl and lost another. But the Seahawks haven't reached the NFC Championship game since 2014, and Wilson's frustration has escalated to the point that his camp has broached potential trade destinations with the Seattle Seahawks. So now what I want you guys to do is this. What would it cost Las Vegas to trade for Russell Wilson? Because it's easy to be able to say, Mitch, I want the Raiders to go out and trade for Russ. The issue, though, is I really struggle sometimes to think that you guys understand, or people in general understand, what trades are actually cost or what certain players actually cost. So go down in the comments section right now. Let me know, what do you think it's going to cost Las Vegas to trade for Russell Wilson? I think that it costs at least 3 first-round picks. And if you don't really care maybe what I have to say, I wonder why you're watching the show. But there's also been multiple reports. Also, multiple NFL GMs have come out and said that if you want to go out and trade for Russell Wilson, it's going to cost at least 3 first-round picks. So keep that in mind, because as soon as this news came out, I saw a lot of people on Twitter, saw a lot of people on Instagram saying, wow, the Raiders need to go out and make this move happen. We know that Russ is an incredible quarterback. There's no doubt about that. The numbers, not just in 2020, explain that. The numbers realistically the last 10 seasons really go out and say all that. However, if you want to go out and trade for Russell Wilson, and I got a trade thing coming up here in just a little bit, you do, I actually think, have to get maybe a little bit lucky. Speaking of getting lucky, we got an awesome deal going on here, and if you're like me, you're always trying to wear some Raiders gear, and in fact, I know a lot of people. They're always trying to rep the nation. That's why I absolutely love doing the show. Now, St. Patrick's Day, it's coming up right around the corner. If you're the kind of person that's like, man, I don't got anything green to wear, but I want to be able to wear something Raiders-related on St. Patrick's Day, I got you covered. Go to chatsports.com/RaidersGreen. I'm going to say it one more time, chatsports.com/RaidersGreen. We have Raiders St. Patrick's Day themed gear. Like, as you just saw, the socks, I actually love this shirt here. I wish it was game day. Long sleeve shirts. There's women's t-shirts, women's sweatshirts. It's literally all sorts of stuff, and it's 25% off. So bottom line is this, I always try to find you guys awesome deals, and I always try to find you guys awesome Raiders gear as well. One more time, it's chatsports.com/RaidersGreen. 25% off, deals up until St. Patrick's Day, but this stuff is going quick, so if you don't take advantage of it now, it might not be around tomorrow. Let's continue to talk about Russell Wilson in the year that he had in 2020. 68.8% completion percentage, 4,212 yards, 40 touchdowns, 13 picks, 73.5 QBR. That's top 10 in the NFL in terms of comparison. Derek Carr was at a 70.0 QBR. But let's look at him and what he's done his entire career. It's 144 starts. These are incredible numbers. And at age 32, he is still one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. The real interesting part here for me is, like, these numbers are insane. He's never won an MVP. Not only that, he's actually never gotten a vote to win NFL MVP. So the entire reason why I made this show is because I saw the report that the Raiders were linked to the Seattle Seahawks, or that Russell Wilson was linked to the Las Vegas Raiders. So what I wanted to be able to do is talk about my 2 cents of how likely it's going to happen and give you guys an idea of maybe what exactly it might cost to go out and make this move. So remember, I said at least 3 first-round picks, and some of you are going to be like, wait a minute, Mitch, I see only 2 first-round picks on screen. It's because the Raiders, they value Derek Carr as being 2 first-round picks. So this is what I think, honestly, it would cost, and this actually still might not even be enough to go out and pull off the move. So the Raiders, they receive Russell Wilson. The Seahawks get Derek Carr, the 2021 first-round pick, so 17 overall, and then a 2022 first-round pick. So what do we do here? We go down, we talk in the comments section. If you see this on Facebook, YouTube, I don't care where. I'm also probably going to be putting this on Twitter and IG as well, so please get your 2 cents in. Who wins this trade? If you think it's the Seattle Seahawks, I want you to type SEA. If you think it's the Las Vegas Raiders, I want you to type LV. As a reminder, you have to remember this as well. Some of you are going to look at his contract and be like, wow, that's a lot of money. No, Seattle has to eat majority of his contract. The Raiders would actually only owe Russell Wilson $19 million in 2021. So if that changes your answer, it's all good. Now, I almost said Deshaun Watson because we're about to get into a debate. And who would you rather trade for, Watson or Russell Wilson? But before I get into all of that, if you're looking for more Raiders talk on Instagram, find me at Mitchell Renz 365. I'm getting close to 20,000 followers, which is kind of a wild thing to imagine. But the reason why I bring that up is because I tell everyone, if you DM me, I will answer you. Sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes a week. Bottom line is this, I will get to your DM, so anytime you want to talk more Raiders, if you want to talk Derek Carr, hit me up on IG, Mitchell Renz 365. So let's break down Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson. And for some of you are like, why are we talking about Watson again? My argument is this. The Raiders have said that they plan on sticking with Derek Carr, and I agree with that. However, the only way that they are potentially going to move on from Derek Carr is if you can upgrade. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, they are upgrades over Derek Carr, even though I've said multiple times on this show, I anticipate the Raiders rock and rolling with DC. But as soon as the Russell Wilson trade rumors started popping up here, I was like, I'm actually amazed on the amount of people that said that they would want to pull off a move for Wilson. So I'm going to ask you this. If you had to pick one to trade for, like you had to do it no matter what, you got to pick one. That's the game we're playing here. Would you rather trade for Deshaun Watson type DW, or would you rather go out and trade for Russell Wilson? Now, what I want you guys to do is tell me why. You know why? Because I'm going to tell you why. So DW for Deshaun Watson or RW for Russell Wilson. I'm typing my DW for Deshaun Watson because he's 7 years younger. And if you really want to be even more honest with me, Russell Wilson might be better than Deshaun Watson right now. But realistically, it's pretty damn close, okay? But if you're telling me who's going to be the next great quarterback for the next 10, maybe 15 years, that's Deshaun Watson. If you're going to pull off a type of trade like this, you get the younger player who you're going to have for a lot longer. Is Russ great? Yes, no doubt about it. Is Deshaun Watson great? Yes, no doubt about it. Now, do I think a Russell Wilson trade is going to happen? No, I do not think that it's going to happen. It's why I'm giving it 0 Chucky heads. Tuck rule, tuck that. I get the fact that, there's been reports out there from Schefter, that there's been reports out there from The Athletic. Just because Russell Wilson said that he would like to play for a team like the Raiders, and just because that his name has been connected with the team, that does not mean it's going to happen. Why would you trade for Russell Wilson when you can maybe trade for Deshaun Watson? If you make the move for Wilson, that also means you'd probably be willing to make the move for Deshaun Watson. Derek Carr is going to be the starting quarterback for the Raiders in 2021. I know that this is going to be true. And anytime a quarterback rumor comes up, you guys already know that the Raiders are going to be connected because John Gruden, because the whole Derek Carr drama here. So there's no drama. It's realistically just people saying, okay, quarterback, connect him with the Raiders. But let me know in the comment section, what percentage chance will Russell Wilson get traded to the Las Vegas Raiders? I gave it 0 Chucky heads, tuck rule, tuck that, which means it's a 0% chance of happening in my eyes. But this show is not just about me, it's about you. So let me know, what percentage chance Russell Wilson get traded to the Las Vegas Raiders? Another thing that I'm going to bring up here is this. If there's a report out there that Wilson is frustrated that Seattle couldn't fix the offensive line and that the Seattle Seahawks couldn't build a great offensive line around him, why would he go to the Raiders? Now, some of you are like, wait a minute, Mitch. The offensive line for the Raiders is great, and I'm not saying that you're totally wrong, but I know Colt Miller's there. You have Rodney Hudson. And Gabe Jackson's going to come back. Trent Brown's an absolute question mark. He's gone. The other left guard position, that's a question mark as well. And for the Raiders, if you're going to go out and trade for Wilson, you want to make sure that he's happy. You want to make sure that he's taken care of. That means you're going to have to spend big on free agency on some big-time offensive linemen. So let me get this straight. You're going to go out and spend basically all your draft capital and more money on a quarterback and then spend even more money in free agency on the offensive line. No, that's not what you need to do. You need to invest that money into the defense. Now, would Russell Wilson be an upgrade over Derek Carr? Absolutely. However, if your offensive line isn't playing very well, it's going to make Russ unhappy. If he's dealing with another bad defense, that's going to make Russ unhappy. So instead of just having an unhappy Russell Wilson behind a mediocre offensive line, I just don't know why you don't save the money and then invest it into your defense. Like, that's my bottom line here. So, now again, if you are going to make the move, here one of the offensive linemen you're going to have to go out and get to make sure that Russell Wilson is happy. Trent Williams, left tackle, he's going to end up staying with the 49ers. Joe Thuney, Corey Linsley, Brandon Scherf, Taylor Motton. Okay? Motton and Joe Thuney would be the top 2 guys on my list, but both of those players are going to be over $14, maybe $15 million. So then again, you're taking away that much money instead of being able to invest it into the defense. We're not really getting all that much better here. Now, the other reason why I always do the show, obviously to keep you guys up to date, news, rumors, give you guys my opinion. But you can always see that there's going to be conflicting reports, right? Conflicting reports are when one source puts out something and then another source puts out something. It's why on my show, if you'll look at the rumor, you'll see underneath that button it says like source. That's who's coming up with the stuff. So Adam Schefter here, Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson has not demanded a trade. His agent, Mark Rogers, told ESPN Wilson has told the Seahawks he wants to play in Seattle. But if a trade were considered, the only team he would go to are the Cowboys, Saints, Raiders, and Bears. The Athletic put out 4 different names. I'm going to trust Adam Schefter because he's also saying that those 4 teams are from the agent, Mark Rogers. So again, it's Cowboys, Raiders, Bears, and I already forget the other team. Saints, I think was the other team thrown in there. But I am surprised that the Raiders were thrown in there. but I'm also not at the same time, because I do think that Russell and a lot of people are seeing, okay, Vegas is an up-and-coming team. Vegas is an opportunity for me to make a little bit more money as well. The bottom line is this. I made this video to be able to talk about everything that happened today. I made this video to tell you that I do not think that Russell Wilson is ever going to be a Las Vegas Raider.